Dear friends, can you believe it? Just from eating chicken the wrong way each week, a family of 4 ended up with high liver enzymes. I know this might sound hard to believe, because chicken has long been considered a healthy, nutritious food that almost every household uses at least once or twice a week. But precisely because it's so familiar, many people become careless, and that very carelessness quietly harms the liver, gallbladder, and digestive system. Dear friends, in today's video, I'd like to share an extremely important topic: why eating chicken, something we think is healthy, can actually harm the liver, and especially the 5 very common mistakes that 90% of Vietnamese people make each week when preparing or eating chicken. I hope you'll watch the entire video, because at the end, I'll explain how to eat chicken correctly, to protect your liver, support digestion, and keep family meals safe and healthy. Wishing you lots of health, joy, and truly delicious and clean meals every day. May you always keep a light spirit, a healthy body, and a peaceful heart amid life's hustle and bustle. If you find this video useful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for Song Quay Moi Nghe, Live Healthy Every Day, to receive more relatable tips from me. And if you've ever eaten chicken in the ways I'm about to mention, leave a comment with number 1. If you've never made these mistakes, drop a 0 so I'll know. Dear friends, before diving into the main section, let me share a bit so you can have a more complete and objective view. Actually, when eaten correctly, chicken is one of the healthiest meats. Chicken breast in particular contains high-quality lean protein that nourishes cells, maintains muscle mass, and supports tissue repair. The protein in chicken is also easy to digest and places less strain on the liver and kidneys compared to red meats like beef or pork. Not only that, chicken contains many B vitamins, especially B6 and B12, which play a crucial role in energy metabolism, protect the nervous system, and support liver function. Additionally, its natural iron and zinc help strengthen the immune system, prevent anemia, and aid recovery after illness. Many nutrition experts worldwide have praised chicken breast as one of the healthiest meats, especially for those on a diet, managing blood lipids, or living with chronic illnesses. According to the National Institute of Nutrition, a healthy adult can safely eat chicken 2 to 3 times a week if it's selected and cooked properly. However, the issue lies in how people eat chicken, choosing the wrong parts, or pairing it with the wrong foods at the wrong time. I've seen many folks buy cheap market chicken, eat the skin, the liver, and reheat the broth repeatedly. These seemingly harmless habits quietly damage the liver, gallbladder, and digestion without us even knowing. That's why, today, I'm not denying that chicken is good, but I want to clearly share how to eat it right, clean, and in a way that's actually healthy, not just based on habit that may harm long-term health. Dear friends, chicken is known to be mild, nutritious, and easy to digest. But eating chicken doesn't automatically mean it's good. How we choose and prepare it determines whether it will burden the liver or not. The liver is responsible for filtering toxins and metabolizing nutrients. When we eat chicken that contains residual antibiotics, growth enhancers, saturated fat, or denatured proteins, the liver has to work overtime. Over time, this overload raises liver enzymes and may lead to fatty liver, hepatitis, or impaired liver function. Especially habits like reheating, eating at the wrong time, or combining with the wrong foods force the liver to handle oxidants, nitrosamines, or harmful fats, all of which have been flagged as liver damaging when accumulated long-term. Dear friends, as I've explained earlier, although chicken is nutritious, eating it the wrong way makes the liver pay the price first. And right now, I'd like to share the 5 most common mistakes people make each week when eating chicken, so you can review your own habits too. First, eating crispy fried chicken skin often. This is a favorite for many, especially children and the elderly. The skin is crispy, fatty, fragrant, but it contains high cholesterol and saturated fat. When deep fried at high heat, especially in reused oil, chicken skin produces acrylamide and lipid peroxides, toxins that can cause liver inflammation, raise blood lipids, and even damage liver cells over time. Once in a while is okay, but eating this weekly or daily is dangerous for your liver. Second, drinking leftover or cold chicken broth. Many people save chicken broth overnight to make porridge or reheat it. However, when stored without being sealed properly, bacteria grow easily, and some proteins in the broth may turn into nitrosamines, substances that can affect the liver, kidneys, and digestion. If reheated without reaching high enough temperatures or left at room temperature for 6 to 8 hours, the broth may become a health risk instead of being nourishing. Third, giving chicken liver to children and the elderly. The liver is the detox organ of the animal, so it's more likely to contain residual antibiotics, heavy metals, or toxins, especially if the chicken wasn't raised cleanly. Young children and older adults have weaker livers and slower detox abilities. So regularly eating chicken liver from mass-produced poultry is like slowly introducing toxins, weakening immunity, harming liver function, and causing fatigue, poor appetite, skin rashes, and internal heat. Fourth, buying cheap market chicken without clear origin. Many chickens are injected with water, soaked in chemicals, or fed with growth boosters to bulk up quickly. These chickens often have unusually soft meat and shiny yellow skin, but also carry residues of antibiotics and hormones, which are very harmful if they build up over time. I recommend buying free-range, naturally raised chickens with traceable origins, especially when preparing food for the sick or young children. Finally, eating chicken at night. Many people eat chicken for dinner, sometimes just before bedtime. But the evening is when the liver needs to rest, detox, and regenerate. If we consume high protein and fat from chicken too late, the liver has to stay active, leading to bloating, indigestion, and eventually liver dysfunction. It's best to eat chicken at lunch or early dinner, avoiding consumption after 7 p.m. In summary, these 5 mistakes may seem small, but if done weekly, your liver, the organ that quietly works non-stop for life, will eventually become overworked, leading to health issues we may not recognize right away. Before moving to the next part, I invite you to pause and reflect. How have you been eating chicken lately? Have you chosen the right source, cooked it properly, and eaten it at the right time? If you've made any of the mistakes mentioned above, please leave a comment with number 1. If you've been lucky to avoid them, comment 0 so I'll know. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button for the Song Kwe Moinge channel, so you don't miss out on more gentle yet valuable shares that I'll continue to bring daily. Right after this, I'll share 5 correct ways to eat chicken, so you can keep its familiar flavor while protecting your liver and your family's health. 1. Prioritize free-range chicken breast, cook by boiling or steaming, and eat immediately after cooking. Dear friends, if you want to eat chicken while still protecting your liver, heart, and digestion, the safest choice is chicken breast. The white meat, lean, low-fat, and very easy to digest. Chicken breast is high in protein but contains almost no saturated fat. It also provides vitamin B6, niacin, and zinc, which are beneficial for energy metabolism and liver cell regeneration. However, not all chicken is good. You need to choose free-range, naturally raised chicken, because they're less likely to contain antibiotics, hormones, or preservatives like some cheap mass-produced chickens. Free-range chickens have firm meat, natural sweetness, and clear broth when boiled. As for preparation, I recommend boiling or steaming. These methods preserve almost all the nutritional value of the chicken and limit the creation of toxins caused by high-heat frying. And especially, eat it right after cooking, because letting it cool or reheating repeatedly encourages bacterial growth, reduces protein quality, and generates oxidants harmful to the liver. If your household includes elderly members, or someone with liver disease, high cholesterol, or blood pressure, then eating boiled or steamed chicken breast with green vegetables once a week is a gentle and healthy choice for the digestive system. 2. Avoid eating chicken skin, liver, and tail part if the source is unclear. One common mistake that few people notice is the habit of eating chicken skin, liver, or the tail part, which may taste delicious but carries hidden health risks, especially for the liver and immune system. As I mentioned earlier, chicken skin contains a lot of saturated fat and bad cholesterol. Especially if the skin comes from industrial chickens raised with rapid growth methods, the chance of leftover antibiotics and growth hormones is very high. Once consumed, the liver must work harder to filter toxins, leading to elevated liver enzymes, fatty liver, or high blood lipids. Chicken liver deserves even more caution. As the detox organ of the animal, if the chicken is raised in unclean conditions or fed with feed containing heavy metals or antibiotics, the liver is where toxins accumulate the most. Eating chicken liver of unknown origin is like directly ingesting toxins into your body, forcing your own liver to filter them again, which adds more stress. As for the chicken tail, the small part near the anus that many people love for its fatty and soft texture, it's actually where the excretory and lymphatic systems are most active. This is the final collection point of waste and bacteria in a chicken's body. If the chicken isn't clean, the antibiotic and toxin residue here is even higher. Eating it regularly can cause liver heat, digestive disorders, and affect the gallbladder and excretory system. That's why if you're unsure about the chicken source, it's best to completely avoid the skin, liver, or tail, especially for young children, the elderly, or those with liver, stomach, or blood fat issues. Smart choices don't just taste good, they also help protect your family's long-term health. 3. Do not reheat chicken broth left overnight. Many families have the habit of saving leftover chicken broth to reheat the next day for porridge or soup. It sounds economical and reasonable, but in fact, this habit can harm the liver and digestive system. Chicken broth is originally a mix of protein, fat, amino acids, and minerals that dissolve from the meat and bones. Very nutritious if eaten right away. But if left overnight, especially in unsealed conditions or not refrigerated properly, bacteria can grow easily, including Clostridium perfringens, a common bacteria that causes digestive issues. Additionally, during storage and reheating, some proteins in the broth may transform into nitrites and nitrosamines, compounds that are harmful to the liver if they accumulate, especially in people with high liver enzymes, weak liver function, or fatty liver. Many people believe that just boiling the broth again is safe, but in reality, some bacteria and toxins are not destroyed at regular boiling temperatures, especially if you only bring it to a quick boil and turn off the stove. Moreover, old broth can develop a sour smell, have fat floating on top, lose its natural flavor, and become harder to digest. So the best approach is to eat the chicken broth on the same day. If there's any leftover, refrigerate it immediately after cooling and reheat thoroughly if you want to use it later. Still, I recommend cooking just enough to eat instead of reheating leftovers repeatedly, which not only reduces nutrition, but also silently affects your liver and gallbladder without you knowing it. 4. Eat chicken during the day. Avoid after 7 p.m. Many people eat chicken at night, sometimes quite late, like late-night hot pot, chicken porridge, or fried and braised chicken dishes, for a late dinner. However, this is not a suitable time to consume high-protein and fatty foods like chicken, especially for the elderly or those with liver or gallbladder issues. Even lean parts of chicken contain a high amount of protein, which requires time and energy to digest, and the liver is mainly responsible for that. Meanwhile, nighttime is when the liver needs to rest, detox, and regenerate cells. If we consume too much protein at night, especially close to bedtime, the liver has to work overtime, which leads to fatigue, bloating, indigestion, and over time impairs liver function and sleep quality. Furthermore, eating chicken at night, especially fried or heavily seasoned dishes like roasted chicken or chicken with fish sauce, increases the risk of fatty liver, high blood lipids, and elevated liver enzymes, especially in people who don't move much after eating. That's why I recommend eating chicken at lunchtime or early afternoon. This is when your digestive system is working at its best. If eating at dinner, try to eat before 7 p.m. and choose lighter cooking methods like steamed or boiled chicken, paired with vegetables to help digestion and reduce strain on the liver. 5. Eat with green vegetables. Avoid combining chicken with shrimp, fertilized duck eggs, or raw garlic. Dear friends, another important but often overlooked point is the combination of foods with chicken. Some pairings that seem harmless may actually clash and make the liver and stomach work harder. First, chicken should be eaten with green vegetables, especially those that cool the liver and support digestion, such as spinach, broccoli, pennywort, sweet leaf, or fish mint. These greens not only provide fiber for easier digestion, but also help eliminate cholesterol and toxins from the meal, reducing the burden on the liver, intestines, and kidneys. Conversely, according to both traditional Eastern medicine and modern nutrition, chicken should not be combined with shrimp, fertilized duck eggs, or raw garlic. Chicken and shrimp both have warming properties. When combined, they may cause digestive imbalance, itching, or rashes, especially in those with allergies or weak liver function. Chicken and fertilized duck eggs are both rich in protein. Eating them together puts extra pressure on the liver and kidneys, leading to indigestion, bloating, and post-meal fatigue. Chicken and raw garlic may cause mild irritation to the stomach lining, especially for people with digestive issues or those taking medication. Dear friends, chicken is a familiar, comforting, and truly nutritious food if we choose correctly, cook properly, and eat mindfully. But as I've just shared, a few small habits, like leaving chicken broth overnight, eating crispy chicken skin weekly, or pairing chicken with the wrong foods, can turn this wholesome dish into a silent threat to the liver and digestive system. A single meal, if we're not careful, can cause post-meal fatigue and long-term health issues for the entire family, especially the elderly, children, or those with liver, stomach, or blood pressure conditions. So, after today's video, I hope you'll re-examine how your family has been eating chicken lately. If you've ever made any of the mistakes I mentioned, please leave a comment with number 1 so we can improve together. If you've never made these mistakes, leave a 0 to let me know. And if you find the video helpful, don't hesitate to share it with your loved ones and friends, because one small action today could help someone avoid a health problem tomorrow. Finally, remember to hit the subscribe button for the Song Kwe Moinge channel, so I'll have the chance every day to bring you more relatable, practical, and valuable tips like this. Wishing you great health, delicious meals, restful sleep, and joyful living with your loved ones every single day.